In this video, I'm going to be teaching how to make this organza top with this flower in front. If you are interested in it, kindly watch till the end. Let's get started. I'm going to be folding my fabric into two like this. I mean my organza fabric, and then I've marked my shoulder, bust, and then waistline. So I'm going to be pinning it down together so that it doesn't move whilst I am working. So at this point, I'm going to be marking my neckline, which is 3 inches here and then 3 inches down. This is just to serve as a guideline. From there, I'll go ahead and then mark my shoulder, which is 14 inches divided by 2. So I'm marking 7 inches there. After marking my 7 inches, I'm drawing in the curve for the neckline, and then after the 7 inches, I'll come down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slant. After marking this 1 inch, I'm going to connect from that point to get the slant. So this is what I have at this point. Now that's 7 inches at the shoulder. I'm going to mark that same 7 inches on the bust line and then connect the two lines or points together. After connecting together, I'm going to be measuring that distance into 2 minus the slant. So that is 4 inches, and then I went ahead to mark it. Now I'll be going in by half an inch from that 4 inches point, and then draw in my my armhole curve with the help of my French curve. After working on the armhole, I'll go ahead and then put in my bust divided by 4. When you divide your bust by 4, whatever you get, you just mark it there. And then from there, you divide your waist by 4. Whatever you get, you just mark it there. I'll now go ahead and connect with my ruler. I'm not going to be putting a dart in this outfit, so I'll go ahead and then ignore the dart, and then on the waistline, I'll go ahead and then mark the same measurements I used for the bust down there. So the bust measurement will come down there because I don't want my top to be fitting at the waist. So if you want your waist to be fitting or tight, you just go ahead and then maintain your waist measurement. I just marked 4 inches down from the shoulder line, and then I'll go ahead and connect with my ruler. So after connecting, I'll go ahead and then add half inch seam allowance to the bust, and then the waist, and then the armhole, and then the the new neckline. I'll go ahead and then add half inch when cutting. So this is it for the front. After cutting out, I'm going to be working on the back, and then after cutting the back, I'll go ahead and then cut that excess 1 inch from the half inch from the armhole. Now I just marked 1 inch in on another fabric. This is to serve as a zip extension, and from that point, I'm going to be putting the front on it. So when working, make sure you pin it down because working with this fabric is a bit difficult. I went ahead to cut out the excess, and then that is for my zip extension. So this is it for the front and back. So I'll go ahead and then trim off the excess from the armhole of the front. This is because the front part is slanted and the back isn't. So this fabric is about 6 inches, and then the length depends on how much you want to tie at the shoulder. So this is what I have. I went ahead to stitch, and this is what I have. Now when you are joining that part together, make sure the seam line is at the center. After stitching, I went ahead to cut out my facing as well. And then I'll begin to work on the front and back. So just place the facing on it like this, and then this is how we are going to stitch it together. But then before I stitch, I'm going to be inserting this in this way. Make sure it is half inch away from the armhole. So I'm going to be repeating the same step at the other side as well, and I'll be doing same for the back. So when you put it on like this, just put the facing on, take it to the machine and stitch. We are stitching from the armhole through to the new neckline. After stitching, I went ahead to notch so that turning will be easy. So when there is excess fabric after notching, you can cut it off to make that place slimmer. So after stitching, this is the outcome for the front part. You can press it down at this part so that working will be easy. Now I'll go ahead and then insert the back straps as well. So we are repeating the same process we did for the front, 1 inch away from the armhole. After stitching both front and back with right side facing each other, I'm going to be placing it on like this. Then mark my bust and then waist measurements, and then I'll go ahead and then stitch. So before stitching, make sure you open up that side before you stitch. Open it up like this, and then start stitching from that point down. I'll go ahead and then cut out another fabric. Then the width is about 14 inches. You can make it bigger if you want, and the length of this is about 87. But then after stitching, I realized it was very small, so you can make it about 200 inches so that you can get more ruffles. So I'm going to be folding it into two like this and then stitch to the end. But then before that, I'll go ahead and then fold this part, the rough part, in before stitching. After stitching, I'll cut out another fabric of 10 inches by 10 inches, which is on fold, and then I went ahead to stitch all the corners. After stitching, I left this space there, and I'll go ahead and stitch. Now fold it into 4 like this and then press it to get the center. After getting the center, I'll go ahead and then draw a line on top of it in a circular motion, just like this, like a quill. So this is how you're going to do it. Sorry, at this point it's not really showing well because of the nature of the chalk. So you're going to be getting something like this, and then this is how you're going to be placing the ruffles on it. So after stitching, I went ahead to make gathering stitches on this fabric, the longer fabric I just made. Now go ahead and then pull the gathers. I told you I realized it was very small, so you can increase from 87 to about 200 inches if you want more ruffles or more gathers on your dress. So after pulling it, I went ahead to secure the ends. Then I'll be placing it on this fabric like this. Make sure you're hiding the raw edges, or you can go ahead and then knitting the edges before working on this part. So make sure you're hiding the raw edges, and you're going to be moving it around in this circular motion. You can go ahead and then pin whilst working on it. So this ruffles is very small, like I said, so you do yours more if you want more, or you can maintain if you think this is okay for you. So in a circular motion, I'll go ahead and then continue doing this till it ends. Yeah, so this is what I have. After sewing, you can go ahead and then tack it together, but then you make sure your thread isn't visible because this fabric is very plain. So from here, I'll go ahead and then stitch. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stitch, and after stitching, this is what I have. So like I said, you can go ahead and then tack it from that point to prevent the raw edges from being seen. So from here, this is how the strap looks for the sleeve. You can tie and adjust it anyhow you want. So this is it for the front. So you can go ahead and then work on the hem and then the zip as well. This is how I'm going to be placing it on. After placing it on, I'll just go ahead and stitch the corners, and then that will be all for our dress. Our blouse or top. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share my videos. And then see you another time. Bye.